The year is 1580. Portugal is under Spanish rule, and the Dutch, long chafing under Spanish control, rise against their imperial rulers. The Atlantic, once a sea of shared prosperity, now echoes with the clash of swords and the roar of cannons. Dutch merchants in Lisbon feel the suffocation of Spanish tariffs, stoking a simmering defiance. "I will no longer bend my knee to Spain," proclaims Willem, a resolute Dutch merchant. His ship, the Vengeful, is ready to unfurl its sails. With a letter from the Dutch Republic, Willem commits to the battle for freedom. Portugal's allure of wealth is a siren's call the Dutch can no longer ignore. The Azores, a jewel in the Atlantic, becomes a battleground. The Dutch fleet arrives in the early dawn, as the Portuguese garrison on São Miguel stands ready. Yet the Dutch attack is unyielding. Cannons blaze in furious defiance, the salted air thick with smoke, but seamanship favors the Dutch. Willem surveys the chaos from the Vengeful's deck, his heart a drum. As smoke engulfs the skies, Portuguese resolve falters. Willem, leading a valiant boarding party, claims victory. Around him, Dutch comrades fall, mingling blood with the sea's embrace. In the ashes, Captain Francisco, a seasoned arm of Portugal, scans the wreckage with blazing purpose. "They have taken São Miguel," he utters, his voice steady yet echoing with future battles. Injured, Francisco's oath of vengeance is unbroken. Every Portuguese port, every sunlit colony feels the heat of his resolve. "They've won the island, but the conquest is ours to reclaim," he vows. The Dutch East India Company harnesses the winds towards spice-laden islands of the east. The voyage is fraught, the rewards tempting. Willem, firm at the helm, gazes into endless horizons, his heart a maelstrom of duty and coveted wealth. "We shall surprise the Portuguese," Willem tells his hardened crew. "Their forts are brittle, our fleet is a lion." His men cheer, but he bears the future's bloody coin, the price of conquest, one he knows too well. Malacca stands formidable, Portugal's eastern stronghold bathing in invincibility under siege. Encircling it, Willem's fleet halts Portuguese lifelines. Courageous defenders await Captain Francisco's fleet, harbingers of hope amid Dutch cannon fire. "We must fortify Malacca against them," Francisco commands, his fervor unwavering. Yet the impending ruin stirs a hollow triumph. Days thread with death, both sides shedding red. The Vengeful, damaged but resisting, mirrors Willem's resolve, his voice a beacon across tempestuous seas. "We cannot falter now." Portuguese defiance yields beneath iron-draped Dutch resolve. Francisco's brow creases with fate unspared, as Malacca teeters in the balance. Emerging victorious, the Dutch glory in Malacca's conquest, but the land smolders under ruin's weight. Willem stands amidst ruinous splendor, the horizon wide and sorrowful. "War's price," he whispers to the wind. Francisco, captured and brought forth, locks gazes with Willem. Defiance stings their exchange, but silent understanding befits those bound by war's fate. "War doesn't cease here," Willem intones. Settlers within Brazil, defying Dutch ambitions, reserve their sugar paradise. Yet guerrillas embolden the Brazilian heart, led by Captain Miguel against Dutch prowess. "We know the land better," Miguel assures his men among dense jungles. With whispered hunts and sudden ambushes, Dutch lines falter under Miguel's orchestrations. Dutch territories, harsh and tenuous, conceal uneasy dominance over native souls. Willem oversees fortifications, eyeing a burgeoning empire. "An empire rises here," whispered proclamations to eager officers, but whispers of disdain solder his thoughts. The islands hold as prey to doubt. Francisco, freed in Portugal's embrace, stokes vengeance into Spain's designs for retribution. "I'll see reparation for this scar." Portuguese ambitions resounded the globe, whispers of an illustrious age amidst faltering command. Portuguese peoples rally beneath Francisco's rallying cries of fortitude. Their collective will bays for war's reconquest. A surprise Dutch tack clamps Pernambuco's sugar cradle, unprepared foes buckling under siege. Miguel, a shadowed nemesis, sees evacuation, retreating but hateful defiance. Pernambuco may be theirs, but they shall never own it. The Dutch fleet returns to the Netherlands, hauling term of conquest and debris of humanity. How long can this endure? Willem's whispers are consumed by the sea's lull, tinged with reflections of kin and all peace so fleeting. Brazil becomes a bastion as Francisco engenders furious vigor against interlopers, turning tides of rebellion. Drive them out, he peppers orders among loyal ears. The siege at Recife chalks Brazilian earth, Portuguese philosophy alight between linked arms. Francisco, voice strained amid garbage-feeding Dutch hopes, directs their dwindling survival. We'll wait them out, each leeched day a candle snuff. The cost mounts still. With Dutch coffers, the balance recounts the Republic wanes beneath duty, filling with seasickness. Recife peers at total submission beneath Portuguese heft. The withdrawal stings Willem, highlighting loss starkly neath Brazilian zest. The cost soared too high. Francisco knows the taste too well. Echoes of Dutch resolve swell outward. The East rises under spice-filled airs. A new banner relishing supremacy, Willem sees thwarted dreams ripple. The faraway greed appears true as lost vanguard. Fleeting empires arise, bearing histories and war's demises told. Triumphant, Francisco holds no mirth for victory's spoils. Eons clear of enemies show bitter inheritances. Histories untie multiple evocable war kiosks. Francisco, architect of redemption, spends fading days with such unaware query. The yearning peace shades out ever more ruthless war. An ocean's heirlooms diversify in myriad traditions. Within lineages both Dutch and Luso, their noisy ballasts. Unfamiliarity solidifies anew from introspection's bare clutch. Strewn narratives are begrudging reminders of present yet rewritten. Don't forget subscribe to the channel.